welcome to my channel. My name is Allison and I make cleaning and lifestyle videos every week. Make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss any new videos. Today I'm doing a product review. I'm going to be reviewing this Tide to Go stick. I have used these before and I do like them, but I actually wanted to try them out on different types of things on a surface and to show you if they work or don't work. And I'm going to give you my opinion on it. It's designed to remove food stains that are fresh. It's not a product you would use if a stain has been set into a fabric. It's something you want to use right away. It's something you keep in your bag or your wallet or purse or wherever so that you can grab it if you're eating somewhere and make a mess. They're pretty convenient just because they're small enough you can carry them with you most places, or you can even keep it in your glove box. And as long as the food hasn't set on, it's usually pretty good about removing the stain. So it does say on the back that it does not work well on grease, blood, or ink, which I think is pretty good that it tells you that so you know not to bother trying to remove those items. I'm going to use a little scrap of a cleaning rag that was an old t-shirt, so I believe it's cotton, and I'll try it on each stain and show you how it works. Price-wise, I'll put over here how much it costs. They're relatively inexpensive. I think they're $2 or $3, and I think you can pick these up pretty much any regular store, any grocery store usually will carry these. So they're pretty easy to find. There is a little warning, you know, not to let children access them and to not get them in your eyes, which I think is kind of obvious, but just in case you're wondering. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this package here. You see, it's a brand new one that I just picked up today. And it does open pretty easy, so. And this is what the stick itself looks like. Has a little Tide to Go logo here. And if you twist and pop it, this is what the little end looks like. Try to get it to focus a little more. It's got kind of a felt pointed end on it. I didn't smell anything when I was trying to smell it. It does have a cap that you can just snap onto the back, which is convenient as well, so you're not going to lose the cap. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you my little cloth and what I'm using on the cloth. I'm using this striped rag because it has both dark and light colors, so we can see both areas and how well it works. Okay, so the ketchup actually came out really fast, so you can see I actually have it all over my hands, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off both my hands and the shirt just to get kind of the excess off, because if you spilled food you would use like a paper towel or a napkin to wipe off the excess, and you can see it's a pretty good amount there. So that is what we're working with. And I think I'm going to use a stick just on maybe one section of it and leave the rest to see if there's like a line. You do have to push down kind of hard to get it to come out. And then I kind of wipe. And you can see as I rub it, it's starting to actually lift in the areas where I'm rubbing it. It's definitely a lot less noticeable. It's still there, but as I work it through, it's starting to lighten the product. You really can't see it at all in the dark areas. So up here is where I initially stained, and down here is where I'm starting to apply it. You can see as it's lightening. I am going to stop and just sort of wipe the excess off a little bit, and then go back in with a little bit more of this product. So yeah, that's what it looks like. This is where the stain is. This is where I've lifted it over here. This I left with the stain on, so that's something I haven't touched, but the area I have cleared is over here. And you can see that it really took most of the stain off down here. There's just a very slight pinkish tint, which I'm pretty sure will come off if I throw this in the wash or if I keep working on it a little bit more. You can actually see it gradually lightening as the product applies. And the more you apply, the more it tends to lift it. So yeah, you can see the wet spot where I've been working, and it's just a very light, subtle, orangish kind of a tint from like here up, you can see, but it's mostly lifted, especially from far away. You really can't see that there's a stain there. So that is what it looked like just on the ketchup. I'll show you on the back side as well. But even as I'm watching it, it looks like it's actually lifting a little bit more as the product sits on the fabric. So that is our ketchup stain. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to mustard. I've got a little thing of French's mustard. Hopefully this doesn't spill so I can control where it goes a little bit more, but I'm going to just squirt it onto the fabric. It's a little watery, so I'm going to shake it up. Okay, so here's our mustard before I've wiped or anything. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the excess. So here is our initial mustard stain. You can see that's pretty bright and pretty noticeable. Even on the darks, you can see that there's a stain there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out the stick and just show you how it goes. I think it's a little easier to see on the countertop, so I am going to put it down there so you can see it working. Okay. I tried to go down the middle so you can see exactly what's going on, and I'm just going to wipe a little bit and go back in. So I'm going to wipe the tip of this. This is before I wipe. This is after a little bit of scrubbing. Right down the middle, you can see that most of the mustard has lifted. There's a very tiny little hint of yellow, but I think I could probably get that out if I really worked at it for a while. And most stains aren't this large, so if you really wanted to get this out, you could scrub and work at it to get it completely lifted, I think. So, yeah, I think that was a pretty impressive result on the mustard stain. And for my last test, I'm going to be using relish. This is Heinz relish. It's going right onto the shirt. Now this stain's not as dark as the other one, so I have pretty high hopes for how well it's going to work on the relish, but we'll see. Now, the results for the relish aren't quite as drastic as they were for the other two, just because it's a lighter stain, but there is a little bit of a line where it has lifted in the middle. And I think you could probably be fairly confident you could get out relish with this product with a little bit of work. So maybe I'll come back and see how the ketchup stain's doing. Yeah, you can see now where it's starting to dry a little. There is just a little bit of a slight stain, but it's something I think I could have lifted if I really put some elbow grease into it. Here is our mustard stain. You could really see a drastic change here. And there's the relish, which is almost completely gone now at this point, except for a little on the side I didn't touch. And I want to see if I can get a little line like I did with the mustard in the middle of this now that this is set for a little bit. So let's try again with the middle section. Okay, I guess you can definitely tell now that I went down the middle that that's clearing and lifting a lot the ketchup. So that is what it would look like on a white and on a color on a t-shirt. And I would definitely be careful with this product to try it on different fabrics if you're using it on something like a silk. Make sure it's not in a noticeable area that it's going to stain with the product first. I didn't see any warnings about different fabrics on the back, but I always like to be cautious. Yeah, and overall, I think I would probably give this product a 9 out of 10. I mean, it's pretty innovative, it's handy. It's something a lot of people trust, I think, to lift stains, and it can save you a lot of money on your clothes if you're someone that spills food a lot. It really didn't have any strong scent or anything to it. I think the only real bad side is the fact that it only does food stains. You know, I think if it did other stains as well, it would be, you know, a 10 out of a 10. But it's still a really handy product. I would recommend this product if you want to pick it up for yourself to have one. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for coming by, and I hope you all have a beautiful day today. Bye!